Meghan Markle just sat down for what was supposed to be her big comeback interview with Harper's Bazaar, carefully crafted to show the world her authentic new chapter. But here's the thing about carefully crafted narratives. They have a way of falling apart when someone gets a little too comfortable. And comfortable is exactly what Meghan got during this sit-down at the Polo Lounge, one of Hollywood's most exclusive CNBC restaurants. Between the mimosas and the cappuccino with her own face printed in the foam, yes, that actually happened, Meghan let slip some truly fascinating details that her PR team probably wishes she'd kept to herself. Because when you peel back the polished exterior of this interview, what Meghan accidentally revealed about herself, her motivations and her carefully constructed image is absolutely wild. From admitting what really drives her need for control, to confessing how she actually makes decisions despite her claims about authenticity, to revealing the real dynamic of her marriage, Meghan said the quiet parts out loud more times than anyone probably realized. So let's break down every single moment where the mask slipped, because trust me, once you see these slip-ups you can't unsee them. Before we dive into all the moments Meghan accidentally gave away more than she intended, let's talk about what this interview was supposed to be. This was Meghan's big moment to control the narrative after years of what she calls being subsumed by other people's stories. Harper's Bazaar gave her the glossy cover treatment, the carefully styled photo shoot, and thousands of words to tell her side of things. This was meant to be the launchpad for her new lifestyle brand, her Netflix series, and her whole rebrand as an authentic Californian entrepreneur who just wants to have fun and be herself. But here's what's fascinating about this interview. When you actually read through what Meghan said, not just the pretty pictures and the flattering framing, you start to notice something. There are these moments, these little cracks in the performance where Meghan reveals things about herself that completely contradict the image she's trying to sell. And the wildest part is that she doesn't even seem to realize she's doing it. She's so focused on sounding relatable, so committed to this narrative of authenticity and fun, and just being a regular mom who happens to have been a duchess, that she lets these details slip out that actually tell a very different story. And that's exactly what we're going to examine today. Not the story Meghan wants you to believe, but the story she accidentally told when she got too comfortable in that corner table at the Polo Lounge. The moments where she said things that made you go, wait, did she really just admit that? The confessions hidden inside what were supposed to be charming anecdotes. The revelations wrapped up in humble brags and casual name drops. Because Meghan Markle is incredibly media trained, she knows how to handle an interview. She knows what to say and how to say it. But even the most carefully trained person can slip up when they're trying this hard to seem authentic and down to earth and just like us. And slip up is exactly what Meghan did, over and over again throughout this interview. So, buckle up, because we're about to go through every single moment where Meghan accidentally revealed way more than she meant to. And trust me, by the end of this, you're going to see this whole carefully orchestrated comeback in a completely different light. Let's start with one of the most revealing slip-ups in the entire interview. And it happens early on when Meghan is trying to paint herself as this relatable nerdy kid who just loved to help organize things. She's sitting there at the Polo Lounge trying to come across as humble and self-aware, and she says something that actually exposes the core of who she really is. Meghan starts talking about her childhood, and she wants you to think she's just reminiscing about being a sweet little girl who liked to coordinate school activities. But listen carefully to what she actually says. She describes herself as someone whose entire identity was wrapped up in being the smart one. Not just that she was smart, not just that she enjoyed learning. Her entire identity, those are her words, her whole sense of self, from childhood, was built on being seen as the smartest person in the room. Now you might think that's just an innocent childhood memory, but then Meghan keeps going. She tells this story about how the other kids at school would play a makeshift version of a dating game show, and they would say, well, Meghan can be the host. And here's where it gets interesting. Listen to how she describes why she was chosen for that role. Did you catch that last part? I think I'm probably the same now. Meghan just told you exactly who she is. She's not just reminiscing about childhood. She's admitting that her fundamental personality, her core identity, is about being the person who coordinates, organizes, and facilitates. In other words, she needs to be in control. She needs to be the one running the show. She's literally telling you that she has to be the host, the director, the person calling the shots. And this isn't speculation. This is